Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at the Dino Thunder Black Ranger from the Power Rangers Legacy Collection. I recently got this guy off of Amazon. They've been having kind of a thing where sometimes I think the Black Ranger and Zeo Blue have kind of been popping in stock temporarily, and then they say like we don't have them yet, but we'll ship it as soon as we get it. So it's kind of like pre-ordering, but it's for their various shipments. So I missed out on Zeo Blue, but I was able to get Dino Thunder Black, which is pretty cool. So here he is. He comes with one of the legs of the, is it Thundersaurus Megazord? Yes, Thundersaurus. It's been a while since I've seen Dino Thunder. It's a really good season, but it has been a while. So he was one of the legs of the Thundersaurus Megazord. He has the little kind of loop on his belt for his Braccio Staff. Now you might say, hey, where's the Braccio Staff? He doesn't come with the Braccio Staff? What's going on? He does. It's very well hidden, and I'll see if you can even see it. It is, if you can kind of see it, right here on the inside of the packaging. So it is hidden behind this part of the box. It is in there, though, I promise. He does come with the Braccio Staff, which we'll see in a minute. But otherwise, pretty cool artwork. Nice picture of Tommy as Dino Thunder Black right here on the front. On the back here, you can see the full Thundersaurus Megazord. Blue Ranger and Red Ranger we already have. Now we have another leg. The Yellow Ranger, Kira, of course, comes with the torso, and she is kind of missing in action, so hopefully she gets released somewhere. Whether it's Walgreens or GameStop, we have yet to know. But, I mean, she's got the torso, so even if we do eventually get the White Ranger, we're going to have 2 arms and 2 legs with no torso if she doesn't show up. Taking a look at the back, back when this actually was the assortment for Series 5, because there have been so many case refreshes at this point, but it was originally Zeo Red, Zeo Blue, Zeo Pink, and then Dino Thunder Black and Yellow. So Series 4 was Zeo Gold, Zeo Green, Zeo Yellow, and then Dino Thunder Blue and Red. And we did get Dino Thunder Blue and Red. We got Zeo Green, we got Zeo Gold. We still didn't get Zeo Yellow because now Zeo Yellow and Zeo Pink have become GameStop exclusives, which is supposed to be this month, and they got moved to August. It's a whole thing. So at this point, I do have Yellow and Pink pre-ordered at GameStop. We'll see if that works out. Still need to find Zeo Blue, and then DT Yellow, Kira over here is kind of MIA. And I think White Ranger is supposed to be in Series 6, but there's not been an official announcement of that yet, and they haven't been cited anywhere. And with the whole Bandai Hasbro thing going on, hopefully that still happens. I would like to at least finish Zeo and Dino Thunder and Ninja Storm, because technically we never finished Ninja Storm. They could just finish those, so that's, what are we looking at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... and then In Space Silver. If they could give me those 6 Ninja Steel, that's whatever. If I could finish those teams, I'd be happy. And then bring on whatever Hasbro will do. But anyway, I'm getting off track. We're here to look at Dino Thunder Black. So let's get him out of the box and we'll take a closer look. So here he is out of the packaging. And I think overall he looks like a pretty good figure. I think he's got a pretty decent amount of paint. It's kind of funny, like you can see that down the sides, this is gold paint, his wrist is gold paint, all down the sides of his arm is gold paint, his helmet has gold paint, which is really nice. They really did a good job with the gold paint applications on this guy. The belt is kind of that butterscotchy color, and the shoulder pads, but for some reason on this figure it doesn't really bother me, and I don't know why. Maybe because it's not as glaring. Like with the Gold Ranger, it was really huge and big on the chest, but because it's kind of just the boot cuffs and the shoulder pads, and it's not as much in each spot, like it's used sparingly throughout, it really doesn't bother me. I think he actually looks pretty good. Articulation, pretty standard for these figures by now. You have the ball joint on the head that can move up and down because there's also a hinge in the neck, and then you can go from side to side. You have that shoulder joint that goes in and out. Now it can move around, hindered a little bit by the shoulder pads, but you can make it work if you need to. Bicep swivel. 2 elbow joints, but the first elbow joint doesn't bend that much. It kind of, I don't know. The elbow joints used to be so fluid, and I feel like they've gotten weirder over time. Just my personal opinion. They still work, still perfectly fine, and that it's really the bottom elbow joint that really works. The other one, not as great, but it's nice and fluid still. Like it flows nicely. Kind of the standard, what I call like figure art wrist joint, where it's the really tiny ball joint that kind of also has the hinge in it. Plus, the hand is technically on a ball joint as well. So you have the ab crunch, which has become pretty standard, waist swivel, and then for the leg, you have kick all the way out to the front. You can also kick out to the side. You have a thigh swivel, and then you have two joints in the knee, which are actually pretty nice and fluid. And then you have kind of the same joint in the wrist, in the ankle, but it's obviously much bigger, so you can go up and down, go from side to side. So he looks good. He's got great articulation, posability, very good. Here is the Braccio Staff, which I will get out of the holster here, and we'll take a little bit closer look. So you can see it fits in the holster pretty well. Getting close up on this. Nice silver paint down here. Looks pretty good. Handle. I like the black here on the bottom of the hilt. Now you can see you have the Braccio head. Obviously could use some paint. It's been a long time, and like I said, I don't remember. I think most of the head would be painted black, except for maybe this crest piece. But again, I don't remember. But I feel like from here, like this whole thing is probably this color plastic, so all the black is paint. So I'm glad they didn't just leave this whole piece this like butterscotch color. They did paint all this black, which I do appreciate, and I think that looks really good. And the silver paint I think looks good too. I wish the staff was a tad longer, like maybe another half an inch or so. It's not terrible. It just seems like it's more of like a little dagger. But it's good. I mean, overall, I think for what they had to do as far as paint apps and keeping the cost down, I think this is painted pretty well. Go ahead and put this into his hand here. Like I said, it looks a little short in his hand. I do wish it was just a little bit longer. But if you have him hold it the other way, like the actual staff, I think it works a little bit better. And I think it does look pretty cool. And then when you put it into the holder here, you kind of have to push it in all the way. I guess I didn't want to make it too much longer because you kind of have to worry about it, you know, being too long if he's just standing there. But I feel like just to about there would have been a nice size. Let's take a close-up at the helmet, which I think they did a pretty excellent job with. You can see the purple is there for the eyes, and you have that red there, and I think the gold around the visor looks fantastic. Really well done there. And then we'll take a close-up at his Morpher, which has the detail in there. It's just the solid gold butterscotchy type color, but I think it's okay. I do kind of wish they would fill in or paint over top of these joint pieces. Those are in there for the elbow joints. And they think they're the same down here for the knees. I do kind of wish they painted those. Not a huge deal, but would have been nice. But yeah, overall, I think he's good. I really don't have too much to complain about this guy. I'm pretty happy with how he turned out. I mean, could it be better? Yeah, every figure could always be a little better, but I really do think they did a pretty good job, especially after the Gold Ranger debacle. I think this is kind of back on track. I'm happy with the amount of gold paint that this guy has. And like I said, the butterscotch pieces really are just kind of the belt, the boot cuffs, and the shoulders. And like I said, for some reason with this figure, it doesn't bother me. I think it goes together well. And maybe even on the show, I feel like maybe they weren't super shiny gold. So maybe that's why it feels like it's more in keeping. Like I said, it's been a while since I've seen Dino Thunder. I have to go check it out again. But I'm pretty happy with this. I have to say, I've always liked this suit. I think they did a good job with it, and I'm happy to add this guy to the collection. Real quick before we finish up, he of course does come with the giant leg. I mean, it's almost as tall as him. It's pretty huge. The big foot down here is on a ball joint. There's a ball joint in the knee joint as well, and then obviously the socket here, which is going to be the ball joint for the hip. But yeah, overall, there's your Thundersaurus Megazord leg. Not super flashy, but I feel like it gets the job done. You have all the colors where you want them to be. I guess would these technically be white or silver? I guess they could have been, but it doesn't bother me that they're not. I don't think that's a big deal. So yeah, hopefully we do get Kira so we can get that torso so this has something to connect to. But yeah, that's it for the leg. So overall, if you can find this guy, I definitely think he's worth picking up. Yeah, I like them a lot. Like I said, there's a couple nitpicky things. Wish the staff was a little bit longer. Wish the little joints along his elbow and knee joints, those little dots, I wish they would have popped the paint back in on top of those. Not a huge problem. Otherwise, pretty darn good. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd like to hear from you. Tell me what you guys think. Yeah, please like and share the video. Please subscribe. And I hope you guys enjoyed this look at Dino Thunder Black Ranger from the Power Rangers Legacy Collection. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.